everybody! Welcome to day 3 of the Live with Cooking with Redefining All Diets extravaganza. Today is Valentine's Day, so I hope you all had a wonderful day full of joy and self-care. I definitely did for sure, and now I'm about to teach you how to cook a delicious dinner that you can have at any time that's perfect for you and your family without having to worry about it being fried. So before I get started and tell you what I'm about to make, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Duxler, and I'm a certified holistic health coach with Redefining All Diets. And what I like to do is I transform my favorite unhealthy recipes like the one I'm about to prepare for you, and I transform them into a healthier and lighter fare. So let's get started. For those of you who missed the last 2 days, feel free to scroll down and catch them live or pre-recorded. Yesterday I made homemade chipotle, and on Monday I made a homemade delicious pizza with a vegan mozzarella cheese. And stay tuned what I'm about to provide for you in these next 2 days. So get ready. Today I am making you some delicious homemade chicken fingers with some homemade sweet potato fries, which are in the oven right now. And I started preparing it already, so you don't have to see a whole lot of that. So let's get started. So before I started recording, here's my bag of chicken. You can see here, I marinated it with pickle juice for basically all day because I love that pickly flavor in there, and it reminds me of having Chick-Fil-A. So there's your takeout fake-out for you. And for those of you who are in love with Valentine's Day, I also am celebrating with a delicious bottle of wine right here, or glass actually. So this episode is going to be cooking with wine. So here in the bag, I also marinated it with some almond milk and a little bit of egg wash to make sure that the batter sticks. And here we have our spice seasoning. I have some coconut flour, some arrowroot starch, and then a couple other spices that I will post in the recipe later. So enjoy. So next, after I've marinated the chicken and got the egg wash ready, I'm going to pour this in the spice bag. Whee! Oops. No worries. Prop that back up here. There we go. Gonna shake this around a little bit. Whee! Shake it around. Do a little happy dance. Gotta make sure it's all coated in all the chicken. Oh yeah. Do a little dance with me, everyone. Chicken dance! Alright. Yeah, we got the coated. Oh yeah. Hopefully you can see, making sure everything gets coated because you want to have it evenly done. Alright. So in here I have about 2 pounds of chicken. I'm not going to eat this all, but it'll be delicious for many leftovers to come and perfect for the whole family. Alright, so now that this is done, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to start cooking the chicken. Yay! Alright, so here we can use coconut oil or avocado oil, depending on what you like. Personally, I'm going to go for the avocado oil because for me, coconut oil feels a little bit too much of a coconut flavor, and I personally don't like having that. So I'm going to use the avocado oil, and I'm going to turn the heat on to medium, and so it will get a nice texture, or not a nice texture, excuse me, a nice temperature. And then I will put the chicken on while the sweet potatoes have about 5.5 minutes left to prepare. So while that's heating up, I'm going to get the chicken and pour it in. Oops. Let me get that. Open up the bag. And we're going to pour it in there. And then while it's cooking, I'm going to make the delicious honey mustard sauce that's going to go with it. Alright, so I'm doing this one-handed here. Don't try that at home. Alright, now we got everything in there. Put that aside. And while that is cooking, I'm going to mix this around and make sure that all gets coated evenly. Make sure that all the pieces get cooked. Oops. Then spread it out a little bit. we go. Look at that. These look like homemade chicken nuggets already. Oh, yeah. All right. While that's cooking, I'm going to set this down. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to put it back here while we make our delicious honey mustard sauce. You can really make any type of sauce with here, but personally, I love my chicken fingers with honey mustard sauce. All right, there we go. Just propping the phone down. All right, so here we have a bowl. So what I like to do for my honey mustard vinaigrette is I'm really not a big fan of using regular mayo because it uses a lot of processed ingredients like soybean oil, egg yolks, and even though this doesn't last nearly as long, it still has that flavor without as heavy of an oily taste to it. So you can pour like 1/4 cup in here. I'm just going to pour a few scoops. I'm going to eyeball this. There we go. Feel free to make lots of this so you have some for leftovers. This is great in salads. You can use it in dips, pretty much anything you desire. And cheers to everybody here that's celebrating Valentine's Day or who doesn't have a date. Today is really important to me because I decided, here, let me fix the lighting a little bit. Sorry, you got a little glare going on there. There we go. So today is really important because this Valentine's Day, I've chosen to love myself regardless of having a date, and you don't need a date to validate the fact that you are loved and you get to love yourself no matter what. And I love myself so much that I am going to enjoy cooking this delicious meal and eat it all by myself and save some for leftovers tomorrow. Cheers again to that. Alright, next we have our Dijon mustard. You can use honey mustard, whatever mustard you like if you don't like Dijon mustard. I'm a big fan of mustard, so I'm just going to squirt a good amount in there. Whee! Alright. Next, we have the raw honey. I personally like orange blossom honey because it tastes delicious. I like to use this in all of my teas as well. I'm going to pour a good amount in there. Alright, next I have some garlic salt. Trader Joe's has amazing seasonings, so I'm just going to sprinkle that in there. There's a little bit. Then I have some pepper. Put a little bit in there. I like a lot of pepper if you haven't noticed. Alright, let me fix that glare if I can while keeping my phone up. It's a little bit better now. Then I'm going to put a little bit of oregano and some basil in there, just a few shakes. So I like it to remind me of a restaurant quality. No, this is thyme actually. I like thyme in a lot of things. I also put some in the marinade for the chicken as well. Here's the basil. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there. Then it has kind of an herby texture to it. And then we're going to add a little bit of my secret ingredient, some vegetable broth seasoning. I usually don't advertise this, but since you are all a part of my group, this is what I use in a lot of dishes, and I don't really advertise it because it is my secret ingredient. So now you know if you're watching this video. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there, because if you pour too much, it can be really salty. The best part about this vegetable broth is that it's only $7 on Amazon, and you can get it on Prime in 2 days, which is awesome. And the ingredients you can see here, maybe this might be backwards, but they're all natural ingredients and there is no additives. So now you can see my dressing and give this a stir. I'll come back to that in a minute because I gotta flip the chicken. Hopefully this is done, but if not, you can just taste it and add whatever you think it needs because it's your sauce and you get to have it to your liking. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the stove here. Let's see how this is doing. Oops, going to flip the camera again. Let's flip it. There we go. Ooh, 25 seconds left on the sweet potatoes. Get excited. We're about to check those. I'm really excited because they're going to be delicious. I'm going to mix these around a little bit just to make sure they don't stick to the pan. Give it some TLC here. Oop. Sweet potato fries are done. Alright, give me 1 second. Sorry for that noise. There we go. Let's check on them because they are probably going to be delicious. And the best part about these is that they're baked and not fried. So, ooh, yeah, they look pretty done. There you go. Now you can see the oven view. So for the sweet potato fries, I cut them up all by hand. Sorry. There they are. I cut them up all by hand, and I also added some olive oil, balsamic, and a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So that way it has a garlicky taste. And now I'm going to turn off the oven so the house doesn't get really hot. A little toast in here. So I'm going to just keep cooking these chicken fingers. Eventually you want them to be cooked on evenly on both sides, and you may want to make sure that the centers aren't pink. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this side. It looks like it's sticking a tiny bit. Oops. Let that sit for a few minutes before flipping it. If you really don't want to take the effort and flip it like I am, you can also put it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. And they will definitely be done. And this recipe I actually got from Stupid Easy Paleo, because I have been really inspired by a lot of different food bloggers which have provided me all of these delicious recipes on my weight loss journey that I've done over the past 5 to 6 years. And since then, I have managed to remove over 30 pounds off of myself, and I've kept it off for the entire time. And this is the food you get to eat, and you get to lose weight too. Whoever would have thought that you could eat your favorite foods and not have to feel like you are deprived by only eating, let's say, chicken and broccoli. Well, I'm going to give these a few more minutes. For those of you who don't know why I'm doing the 5-day cooking extravaganza, I have recently launched my all-new cooking course. It's called Crash Course Cooking, and in 6 weeks, you get to learn how to make dishes like the chicken fingers. You get to learn how to make dishes in the oven, the stove, like a stir fry, the crock pot, and a few snacks, as well as you get a Q&A session. You get 2 of those actually, as well as support from me in a Facebook group. And you get to have daily nutrition tips and access to other recipes that I have created, but have not necessarily launched on my website or on any of my platforms. So I'm really excited to get to share a lot of my, I'm really excited to get to share a lot of my healthy tips with all of you. And I'll make sure to post in the link, or not in the link, post the link in the comments below so you all have access to sign up for the course. It starts April 9th, and I will also be doing another one of these in March too, because I really want to showcase the fact that you are able to cook healthy without always having to rely on takeout. And that's why I called it the Takeout Fakeout series. So it's getting a little steamy in here now. I'm going to flip the camera again. Looks like the chicken fingers are almost done. Gonna let the sweet potato fries cool. Yum, yum, yum. I'm really excited to eat this. It's like 9:30 right now Central Time, which is okay, because that's the beauty about running a business, is you have the freedom to do whatever you want. So you really get to set your own schedule, which is awesome, and it has allowed me to get a lot more sleep and feel a lot more energized to be able to do this beautiful work to give to everybody here. Alright, so I'm going to let these cook here for another minute, and I will be back shortly. I just want to say thank you very much, everybody, for watching this video. If you missed the live video, which I know it's really late and a lot of you are probably in bed already, you can catch the recording tomorrow or right after I'm done posting this. And once these chicken fingers are done, I will post a picture of my beautiful Valentine's Day meal. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and stay tuned for tomorrow's delicious recipe, where I will make for you one of my favorite dips, and I have transformed it into a pasta. Stay tuned and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye!